In a matter of hours, we say goodbye to the Simpsons Island for good as we enter the 0 hour finale, going back to Enoshima with all the details revealed about this to do with the length and everything that's going to be happening. Not to mention even more Chapter 7 teasers pouring out to do with the return of the 7, you heard that right. So many crazy gameplay features such as the battle bus being vaulted and why. Stick around until the end to find out everything, as you won't want to miss this one today. Before we do, Charlie the Charcoal Pug wants you to enter code FM1 in the shop, one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter, only 3 digits long. Even the sidekick version of him also thinks you should go do this. Starting out as your final reminder, if it wasn't obvious from the lobby, across social media and even the timer in-game, this 0 hour finale event is going down at 2 PM Eastern Time on November 29th, so don't miss it. Honestly, the Simpsons season has exceeded my expectations, a nice flow of content throughout the entire month without seeming too off track, also involving Homer and other characters in the storyline to do with the Zero Shard, which if you haven't been following, here is a very quick recap. So basically, giant Homer was formed in the sky and is now on the outskirts of the island. If you complete a certain story quest, actually burps out the Zero Shard that he ate, which is the reason why Hope and Jones have actually came to this reality to try and extract that Zero Shard, as ultimately we need to stop the Dark Presence getting his hands on this, or is the only artifact we can defeat it with from leaving mid-fight in the last live event entering the Simpsons season and this giant thing finally being revealed for the first time. One of the craziest things about this event is we're going back to Enoshima, or our Chapter 6 island that we initially left from the Dark Presence appearing and then trying to fight us as we entered the Simpsons universe. We know this thanks to the name of the lobby being corrupted on Enoshima, which obviously we're met with now when trying to load into a game, which initially did look like this in the tweet that I showed on screen, just corrupted on Enoshima, but now has the Dark Presence also in the background, which is going to be absolutely crazy, the battle defeating this monster, so much so that it's going to apparently take us 30 minutes according to data miners, being the full duration of the 0 hour chapter finale event. As you can see in the image they've attached, it goes off British time GMT, and it basically says from 1900 hours to 1900 hours and 29 minutes, which is basically 30 minutes. As it also reminds on this image, it's very important that you get there early, as doors will open 40 minutes before showtime, which to be honest, as soon as this timer hits an hour remaining until it actually happens, considering the size and scale of this event with so many people attending and the servers are going to be going wild, you'll want to secure your spot early like they just mentioned. It's going to take everyone and everything to defeat the Dark Presence as shown in the 0 hour trailer, such as Godzilla and Kong, Giant Homer, Hope and Jones, and let's not of course forget all of us coming together as a community. I'm really hoping either Hope or Jones aren't sacrificed during this event, as their journey being involved at the main forefront of the storyline actually started 2 years ago, and Epic probably know this would be the perfect time to create a martyr out of one of them. If this is the case, can we just appreciate all the live events that have actually happened from them being introduced all the way through Chapter 5 and 6 until now? As mentioned though, with us saying goodbye to the Simpsons Island in a matter of hours, and of course us going to this live event for 0 hour upon downtime commencing just after it, even though we're entering a new chapter and a brand new island full of amazing features which we're about to reveal, we won't have to wait too long, not like a full day even, or even the scale of the Black Hole event, as data miners have confirmed that Chapter 7 will be released on November 29th, the same day as the event going down, just a few hours after the live event instead of a 2 AM downtime on November 30th as some people were expecting. Despite the seriousness of this live event almost feeling like a conclusion or rebirth of the storyline as we know it, with all of the 7 returning teasers which we're about to get into in just a second, they are also paying attention to trends across social media, particularly 6-7, as we're obviously transitioning from Chapter 6 into 7, and this is the screen that we'll be seeing after the event ends. Before this screen hits or you enter the event, I'm calling on the entire FM1 squad to enter code FM1 in the shop, only 3 digits long, as it means the world to me and my dog Charlie the Charcoal Pug, and also now the sidekick version of him thinks you should do this. Moving on to the Chapter 7 leaks, in case you've been living under a rock and haven't seen any of the leaks pouring out from the LA event that content creators got invited to. This, despite the 2 skins on the end, is the entire Chapter 7 Season 1 Battle Pass. Obviously the skins on the end are both Mr. Savage skins, which from doing some enhancements look like this. Obviously the icons in your locker when you go to select each of these outfits, and obviously there's 8 making up a normal length season battle pass in terms of amount of outfits. The reason I say normal length is because obviously the Simpsons season was, well, mini season 2 of Chapter 6. And speaking of lengths, believe it or not, the leaks just poured out confirming how long Chapter 7 Season 1 is set to be, as it's set to end on March 1st, 2026. So the start is November 25th, 2025, after the downtime after the 0 hour live events, and then the end is March 1st, 2026, totaling a 92-day long Battle Royale season, the first of Chapter 7, which will include so many new innovations it might be a good decision, such as a revamp to the battle bus, or should I say the vaulting of it. Maybe this has something to do with the fact the story storms have been changing across the Simpsons Island, and we know they're getting reworked in Chapter 7, as they're also literally now in the shape of 7, the storms that keep actually replacing the normal circular ones. With this leak surfacing that nobody expected, the bus will be replaced by a tsunami in Chapter 7. We will surf to the map, and you can't pick far drop spots, and you will get a random direction each match. Tsunami only makes me think one thing in mind, you know, the giant tidal wave or tsunami itself that surrounded the island, besides one circular area that the storm didn't cross through in Chapter 2 Season 2's Device Live event, or at the end of it before it flooded the entire island. It's safe to say it doesn't have the vertical kind of slide or size of this, as this is our first look, according to Hypex, at the tsunami in Chapter 7 that we surf onto the map on. Despite the entire Battle Pass getting leaked, not officially from Epic Games, some images are already pouring out early to do with Chapter 7 rewards, free ones particularly for winning a game normally and in ranked, being these two umbrellas. I'm not just glazing, but honestly this might be one of my favourite victory umbrellas that we've seen in Fortnite so far. It just has such a simple and unique design to it, especially the popcorn on the top with the 3D glasses. Considering we're going to be surfing onto the island though, are the gliders not going to be as big a part of games now, considering the main part where we saw them was jumping off the battle bus, and obviously yeah, we can redeploy with certain items, but that's not as frequent. In case you didn't see the other gameplay leaks as well, a lot of things are getting revamped other than the tsunami that we haven't seen actual footage of yet, summarised by data miners right here. Leaked Chapter 7 info from creator event, hot air balloons, drivable reboot vans, solo versus bot mode, Riftapalooza event that spawns rifts, gameplay UI update, and Battle Pass has Marty McFly and the bride. Speaking of the Battle Pass, this is the key art that we actually are going to be seeing for it anyways, that Fortnite already posted on X or Twitter, which very interestingly shows the battle bus being targeted as if it's going to be destroyed, like we're going to be seeing this in the Chapter 7 trailer itself. But even more interesting still, as the 7 are being teased to return in Chapter 7, hence why it's spelt out as the word 7 in the logo instead of the number, we have this character in the front that data miners have not only determined to be called the Traveller, which fits like the criteria or vibe of the names of each 7 member, being the Visitor, the Scientist, the Imagine, the Order, the Foundation, the Origin, and let's not of course forget the Paradigm. The 7's biggest enemy that we've teamed up with them to defeat at the end of Chapter 2, The Last Reality, also is implied to be coming back as the Cube Queen, obviously controlled all the different colours of the cubes on the Chapter 2 island before it flipped, and we can see the gold cube in the mask of the Traveller. Furthermore, to add to that, the 7 logos can be seen on these touchscreens literally at the dude's fingertips if he turns around, so is it more obvious that the 7 are returning? Well, yes it is. Not only that, but specific members, as Fortnite literally posted on X or Twitter, like when I'm recording anyways, WTF, and then the date 11/29/25, which obviously is the release date of Chapter 7, with the Imagine's name crossed out, the bus driver circled for next in terms of like maybe a target, and then we have all of these different names in the middle, these 4 that we haven't really heard of yet, but then the Foundation at the very end like starting to be wrote out. Considering the Battle Pass skins already got leaked to not include any remix versions of the 7 anyways that we initially anticipated, perhaps skins like this off the Fortnite surveys are upcoming in Chapter 7 Season 2 on March 1st 2026, which seems weird to say. The news gets crazier though with some free skins in just a second, but before we hop onto that we need to go over some returning weapons. Known Chapter 7 unvaults so far: Hammer Pump, Mid-Season Unvault, Dual Micro SMGs, Tactical Pistol, Red Eye SMG, Enforcer AR, Med Mist, Shield Keg, Pizza Party, Icy Feet for Winterfest, and the Blizzard Grenade also for Winterfest, which believe it or not is already being playtested and will be releasing in early December, obviously going through Christmas. I'm guessing with a log cabin that returns with presents we can unwrap every day, and 2 free skins included in this, but these aren't the free skins that I was just about to mention. The first one you can actually get right now or qualify for getting granted onto your account when Chapter 7 launches, I believe, which is the Yuki Yabari skin for simply logging in between November 27th 2025 and before December 1st at 9 AM Eastern Time. Another skin that kind of feels free that no one's talking about considering the Battle Pass got leaked is the skin attached to what obtains the Battle Pass if you're subscribed every month, the Fortnite crew in December, being this character. They've definitely made this one really good to compete with the Battle Pass skins and obviously the attention that this Battle Pass will be getting with the start of a new chapter, but we do have other completely free skins that you'll be able to earn as well. As stated by Hypex right here, daily ranked cups between December 5th and 21st, reach leaderboard milestones and earn the Rosette Tigress set between December 8th and 14th, and then Snowy Ops and Rosette Tigress between December 15th and 21st. Apparently for the launch of Chapter 7 as well, Arcane x Fortnite returned in the shop, and they actually even made a trailer for this, so it's pretty much official at this point. I'm guessing they waited for a huge moment like Chapter 7 releasing to do this to get even more people than are already going to be logging onto the game. Another completely free skin that you'll be able to get before it rotates in the shop is by Fortnite Competitive from posting the following: start December right, compete in the Chaos Champion FNCS Cup on December 1st and unlock the Chaos Champion bundle. Here's a full look at the image blown up on screen of this character, which is definitely a really clean remix FNCS kind of style to the normal Chaos Agent skin. If you don't manage to place high enough to unlock it, like I said, it will be coming round to the item shop at a later date. Speaking of the item shop, with a huge collab upcoming very shortly being South Park, which was determined a while ago, we have more intel on this, that South Park x Fortnite will have mech skins, considering the size of the characters in the show are very small, similar to Morty and Bart, like we've literally just seen now. Charlie the Charcoal Pug wants you to enter code FM1 in the shop now for when this rolls around, one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter, only 3 digits long, and make sure you subscribe with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any future leaks, news or uploads.